so today I'm going to be doing a video on transferring tips that I have for you if you're going to be planning on transferring schools anytime soon or you want to hear my advice, and also why I chose LIM as the school that I transferred to. Clearly I'm wearing black lipstick, my life is turned goth, there's really nothing you can do about it. Oh, and yeah, my hair is black as well, I dyed it. This is the color I wanted it to be anyway when I dyed it, so I really like this. But this just all black today is happening, and I'm sorry that I look extremely gothic right now, but I mean I'm kind of digging it. So if you guys want me to do a video on like advantages and disadvantages of my school, then I could totally do that in a separate video, but in this video I'm not going to go as far in depth as I would in that type of video. So if you want that, then just like let me know in the comments down below, or if you have any questions about LIM, if you're planning on transferring here then or applying here, just comment down below and I'll definitely respond to you guys. So let's get started with my tips for transferring. My first tip is to start looking at schools as soon as possible. I waited till super last minute and to look up all the schools I wanted to transfer to because I didn't decide until super late. But definitely once you have the idea in mind that you want to transfer schools, I would start looking like up different options and when their application deadlines are, because even though like you are transferring, sometimes the deadlines are different than the regular application ones. Or the program might just not be filled up yet. If the program is still open, you should apply to it. Now, even though the deadline might be passed like months ago, most schools, if they still have room in that program that you're specifically applying to, like when you know your major, if that major still has room, then they'll definitely let you apply. That's what happened for me. Also, schools that are on a rolling basis application, you can apply all year round for those, and those only fill up when the program is filled. So make sure you just contact them and ask them whether the program is filled, did you miss the deadlines, or when can you next apply, because you can definitely apply for a spring semester as well if you weren't planning on transferring in the fall but you wanted to transfer in the spring instead. If you're deciding like, oh, next semester I definitely want to transfer schools, like you don't want to be at that school anymore, then I would definitely have a backup, because you never know if you're going to get into that one school that you want, or even two schools. Like, you never know what's going to happen. So have a backup plan. Maybe you're going to go to community college for a semester, maybe you're going to work for a semester. Just make sure that that's like floating around in your head just in case things don't work out, because not everything like is always going to work out, and unfortunately college is super unpredictable, so you never know like what's going to happen, so it's good to have a backup plan just in case. Also, if you're applying late, make sure that you have a few schools in mind. So I wouldn't just apply to one school. I would give yourself like 3 schools or so to apply to, because I mean you don't have to apply to that many when you're transferring, because you obviously have something set in mind that you want to do, or you might be switching majors. That's a lot of the time why people transfer. They either don't like the school or they're switching majors. So that's what actually my case was. I transferred to LIM because I switched my major from film production to fashion merchandising, so I felt like I got better opportunities here, but that's what I'm going to go on to later in the video on why I transferred. Then also when you're transferring, I would definitely look for the benefits of this new school that you're transferring to over the school that you're going to, because if those outweigh, like if the new school outweighs the school you're going to, then I would definitely say transfer. If it doesn't, then I would say stick it out at the school that you're at right now until you find a better alternative, whether or not like there's a big issue going on. But yeah. Also, another tip is if you're gonna transfer and you apply early, you also have a better more time to like apply for housing and pick a roommate, because otherwise you're gonna get stuck with a random roommate. And if that's fine with you, that's awesome. But if you do want to like talk to everybody beforehand and you're not about the whole random roommate thing, make sure you apply early, because a lot of people try to find roommates super early on and talk to them before they actually decide. So if you want to do that, then make sure that you're kind of doing this early in the application process so you have that opportunity. And yeah, that's basically like all of my tips for transferring. Just do it early, look for backups, and make sure that like you're solid on switching schools and you're not wasting money by going to a different school. Now for some reasons that I chose to transfer to LIM. So obviously the major reason that I discussed with you guys before was because I switched my major. So originally I was a film production major at Cal State Long Beach, which is why I did go out to California. I went out there because I felt like there was more opportunities in California for film production and I would succeed more out there. But then I found out that I didn't want to be in a film production major anymore. Obviously still like film, like I do YouTube and everything like that, but it wasn't something that I wanted to pursue in life. So I decided to switch to fashion merchandising because I knew fashion was like a huge part of my life. I was always into it. I've always had this idea that I like wanted to try modeling and stuff like that. So I thought that I would switch my major to fashion merchandising, which Long Beach does have a program for fashion merchandising, and it's actually a really good program. Like, I know a lot of people that were in that program, but for me, there was no reason for me to be across the country from my family and everybody if I wasn't going there for the reason I did in the first place. So I decided to come closer to home. Also, the main reason why I came back to New York was because New York is one of the fashion capitals of the world, so I have so many more opportunities here for fashion than I did for film. I mean, film is still big here, but it's not as big as fashion. So that's why I came back to the city. Also, I definitely want to work in the city for after college. So if I was here, it gives me a lot of internship opportunities, which is super important when you're in college, to make connections and to build those for when you're going to be out of school and want a full-time job. And also, I'm obviously close to home. I live like an hour away from the city, so I can go home like whenever I want. I'm honestly like barely ever here anymore. I mean, I love the school, I love exploring the city, but I also like going home every so often, seeing my family, which is awesome because when I was in California, I only saw them like 3 times or so, which kind of sucked. So I'm really glad that like I made this decision, come back. Yeah, I've been loving it so far. So far, I'm only almost a semester in. There's about 1 month left, and I like love the school so far. If you guys want me to do that video that I mentioned earlier on like the advantages and disadvantages of the school, because I know there's not that many videos on LIM that are on YouTube, so I'm definitely going to try to do a dorm room tour for you guys, if not this semester, the next semester. I love it here, and it's been so awesome. It's starting to get super cold now, which I'm not used to because in California it's always really warm all year round, so I haven't experienced winter since 2014, guys, so it's been a while. But we will accommodate and make do for this winter season that I'm not ready for. That's all I want to go into without like going into that whole other video, because I have like a bunch of different topics I could talk about for that. So definitely comment down below, as I said, if you guys want to see that video. I think that's all I have for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. I'm definitely going to have more videos coming now. I'm going to start filming regularly. I've just been super busy trying to keep my grades up and everything from transferring, and now I have time where I can like film a lot more and stuff. I'm super excited to get back into it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you guys want to see my travels around the city and other places that I'm going. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!